Let me start by saying this clearly, because rumors spread fast this time of year. There is no official announcement that Brock Purdy is out. There is no report saying he suffered a major injury. He is expected to play, but that does not mean his health is not one of the biggest stories surrounding the San Francisco 49ers right now. In fact, it might be the most important storyline heading into the next stretch of games, and most fans are not paying close enough attention to it.
This is the part of the season where football changes. The hits feel heavier, recovery takes longer. Small things that would not matter in September suddenly matter a lot. Brock Purdy has taken his share of contact this season, not because he plays reckless football, but because the nature of this offense asks him to extend plays, move the pocket, and sometimes stand in against pressure to deliver throws. That is winning football, but it also adds up physically over time.
What the 49ers are doing right now is not hiding an injury. They are managing reality, and that is a big difference that fans need to understand. Late in the season, especially when playoff positioning is on the line, teams stop asking their quarterback to prove toughness. They start asking him to prove discipline. The goal is not to play through pain. The goal is to avoid unnecessary risk. That is exactly where Brock Purdy is right now. He is being coached to protect himself, throw the ball away when needed, and trust the structure of the offense instead of forcing hero moments.
If you have noticed fewer risky scrambles, quicker decisions, and more emphasis on timing routes, that is not coincidence. That is intentional. Kyle Shanahan understands something very clearly. The 49ers do not need Brock Purdy to be superhuman. They need him to be available, sharp, and calm.
And here is the part that should actually give fans confidence, not concern. Brock Purdy has shown growth in this area. Earlier in his career, he relied heavily on instincts. That helped him survive. Now he is relying more on command. That helps him win.
Watch how he moves in the pocket now. He is not drifting unnecessarily. He is stepping up, sliding laterally, and resetting his feet instead of scrambling at the first sign of pressure. That is a quarterback who understands the moment of the season. That is a quarterback who is protecting both the football and his body.
Another important factor here is how the coaching staff is adjusting around him. The play calling has quietly shifted. More quick hitters, more early down efficiency, more involvement of Christian McCaffrey and the short passing game. This is not conservative football. This is smart football. It forces defenses to cover every blade of grass and keeps Brock Purdy from taking unnecessary hits. People often misunderstand this and assume something must be wrong. In reality, this is what good teams do when they trust their quarterback. They stop asking him to do everything. They ask him to do the right things. There is also the psychological side of this that rarely gets talked about. Brock Purdy has been through pressure situations before. He knows what it feels like to have his season end abruptly. That experience matters. It changes how you approach risk. It sharpens decision-making. It teaches you when to fight and when to live for the next snap.
Right now, Brock Purdy is playing with that awareness. He is not afraid. He is focused. That distinction matters.
Another reason this conversation is important is because of how the rest of the team responds. When a quarterback plays composed, the entire offense settles. Offensive linemen play cleaner. Receivers run sharper routes. Running backs hit holes with confidence. Football is contagious that way. Calm spreads just as fast as panic. The 49ers want to enter the next game knowing their quarterback is not just healthy enough to play, but mentally fresh enough to lead. That means limiting exposure when possible. That means trusting the run game.
That means letting the defense do its job.
And speaking of the defense, this ties directly into why the team is comfortable managing Brock Purdy instead of pushing him. The 49ers do not need shootouts. They do not need 40-point performances. They need control. They need field position. They need consistency. When you have a defense capable of creating stops, you do not need your quarterback to absorb punishment unnecessarily. This is also why you are seeing Brock Purdy take fewer unnecessary hits at the sideline. He is stepping out, he is sliding. That is not weakness, that is intelligence. Every playoff quarterback you respect does this. Fans sometimes mistake toughness for recklessness. Coaches never do.
It is also worth pointing out that Brock Purdy has been excellent at managing the offense despite all of this. His accuracy has remained strong, his decision-making has been steady, he is still pushing the ball downfield when the look is there. This is not a limited quarterback, this is a controlled quarterback. That is an important difference heading into meaningful games.
Now let me address the fear some fans have directly. No, this does not mean the 49ers are worried about him breaking down. No, this does not mean they are hiding something. It means they are acting like a team that expects to be playing deep into the postseason. Teams that think short-term take risks. Teams that think long-term manage resources. Brock Purdy is one of their most valuable resources.
And if you were asking whether this approach can actually help the team, the answer is yes. It keeps defenses guessing. It preserves energy. It reduces turnovers. It allows Brock Purdy to play fast mentally because he is not constantly bracing for impact. The biggest mistake fans make is assuming that playoff football is about doing more. In reality, it is about doing less, but doing it better. That is what the 49ers are aiming for right now. So when you hear conversations about Brock Purdy's health, do not jump to panic. Understand the context. This is not about injury. This is about preparation. This is about timing. This is about making sure that when the moment comes, Brock Purdy is not just available, but ready. Because when the playoffs arrive, the team with the calm quarterback usually survives. And right now, Brock Purdy looks calm, composed, and in control of the moment. That should give 49ers fans hope, not fear.